Hello and welcome into LMU Community TV News. I'm Ashley Collingsworth. Thank you for joining us. Last week, future scientists here on the campus of Lincoln Memorial University participated in LMU's Life Science Research Day. During the course of the day, students presented their research that they have been conducting for over the last year. Students worked in conjunction with a faculty mentor on original experiments to learn the ins and outs of the entire scientific process. The event included poster and oral presentations by the students, and Dr. Quadra, assistant professor of microbiology, gave the keynote presentation on bacterial invasion into host tissues, the beginning of an interesting research program at LMU. Here is a small example of just one of our students showing just how much goes into the science that takes place here at Lincoln Memorial University.
Our project for Research Day is use of multipotent stem cells to create a personalized 3D dental implant. What we had hoped to do is, with this research in the future, create a dental implant that is capable of integration into the mouth without the adverse effects of osseointegration, ossifying with the bone itself. The 3D printed bone matrix will induce the reestablishment of the periodontal ligament. It surrounds the tooth at the gum line and kind of helps it, gives it a little bit of wiggle room, if you will. And if you bite down real hard, it won't crack and move out of place. We decided to work on this project because regenerative medicine, the field, is of the utmost importance. We are short for organs, we are short for anything you can think of in terms of reinsertion into the human body, if you will. The idea for the stem cells came from the readily available stem cells in dental pulp. The minimal invasive procedure would require nothing more than donating your baby teeth to a cryo-freeze bank, if you will. That's all that's involved. You will freeze your baby teeth, or you can freeze your wisdom teeth when they fall out. Nobody needs those anyway, right? Wisdom teeth now. So they're easy. You know, the ethical implications with this type of stem cell utilization is nowhere near what individuals believe when they hear of reproductive cloning or stem cell use in the past. So we are hoping to demonstrate a viable prototype method to assist our friends in implant dentistry.
If you weren't able to make it out to the Life Science Research Day on Friday, there will be more opportunities to experience the innovative research happening here at LMU. But be sure you stay tuned to LMU TV for future dates on events like this with the Science Department. At the upcoming meeting of the Claiborne County Board of Education, there will be discussion on the future partnership between Lincoln Memorial University in establishing a kindergarten through 12th grade public college preparatory charter school. The purpose of the charter school will be to serve students in Claiborne County and the surrounding Appalachian region. To tell us more about the steps to get the charter school up and running is the current J. Frank White Academy principal, Mr. Jared Boster.
The Academy has always prided itself on providing a different choice for people of our area, and we wanted to be able to expand that offering to more people. So by becoming a charter school, we're able to offer these educational opportunities that we have as a part of LMU to a broader base of people in our area. So there will no longer be a socioeconomic divide in J. Frank White Academy. If you choose to go to the academy, now you'll be able to. A charter school is a publicly funded but privately governed school. That means that the state and tax dollars will pay the tuition cost, and then we still get to manage the school in a responsible way that we see fit. So we'll be independent of Claiborne County School. However, we will be their partner in that they'll get to share in our successes and our test scores, while we're still able to make the choices we need for our classrooms, and we'll be able to maintain autonomy, meaning teachers get to make the best decisions for their kids and not legislators. It's going to be something that's going to hold true to LMU's mission and that we're going to be able to provide more opportunities for the people of our area. And what it's going to mean for J. Frank White in particular is we're going to have an opportunity to grow and offer more things to our students that we currently serve and the ones that we'll serve in the future. One of those things is that we're seeking out STEM certification through Advance Ed. Advance Ed is the accreditation body for, it's a global organization, so it's the leader in accrediting high schools and institutions of our sort. But the STEM certification means, of course, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. We're going to be taking a STEAM focus. By adding the A, that means we're going to make sure to include the arts. And it's going to be a critical thinking focus on all these subjects. So through every course, we'll be looking at the content through the lens of STEM, meaning critical thinking focus, problem solving, and more importantly, preparing learners for problems we haven't even thought of yet. So by giving them that scaffolding and framework, they'll be able to solve problems in the future that we can't foresee. I think as a whole, it's going to give more students a choice. Our hope is to partner with Claiborne County Schools in offering a different choice for students, and students who are serious about being in the medical field. We have resources in that area that we can offer those children. Students who are serious about going into any kind of math or science program, we have resources for that. And more importantly, we're going to be able to help lift up Claiborne County as a whole. There are some incredible educators here, and we just want to be a resource to those people.
The proposed launch date of the charter school will be August of 2017, and it will be located on the main campus of Lincoln Memorial University. The locations that have been identified by the LMU Board of Trustees are Avery Hall, Kresge Hall, Mary Mars Gymnasium, and the current home of the Academy, Farr Hall. Currently, there are no academic requirements for applications, but there is the desire for applicants who have the desire to continue to go to college and university. Joshua Johnson, a third-year osteopathic medical student at Lincoln Memorial University's DeBus College of Osteopathic Medicine, was elected national president of the American Medical Student Association and will begin his term on May 1st, 2017. Johnson will be the first African-American male to serve in this position and only the third student doctor of osteopathic medicine to serve as president in the history of this organization. Johnson will move to Washington, D.C. next year to serve his term and will represent more than 40,000 physicians in training. He will spend his time there speaking on behalf of mental health, rural health, and race relations to some of the nation's top politicians and will participate in a national forum to discuss the feasibility of the Affordable Care Act. In his undergraduate studies, Johnson graduated summa cum laude from Shorter University with 2 bachelor degrees and earned 4 associate degrees in various non-science disciplines at Georgia Highlands College. Johnson currently serves on the National Board of Trustees for the AMSA and is student editor for the New Physician magazine and a columnist for In Training. Johnson is also the immediate class president of the class of 2017 at LMU DCOM. Besides studying medicine, Johnson has a strong interest in religious studies, languages, and classical literature. In his spare time, you can find him writing, playing basketball, or coaching. Johnson and his wife, Jessica, are parents to their daughter, Nadine. Monday night, hundreds of students across the campus of Lincoln Memorial University were honored during the annual Student Awards and Recognition Program. The evening began with dinner inside the LMU Dining Hall at 4:30, and following the dinner, the ceremony continued to the Tex Turner Arena at 7 o'clock. Greetings were delivered from Miss Cynthia White, Vice President of University Advancement, followed by the welcome from President B. James Dawson. Hundreds of students were recognized with special awards and scholarships throughout the program. The students were thanked by the University Advancement along with the scholarship donors and their families. They also thanked all the LMU faculty whose recommendations, guidance, and personal involvement in the lives of students works to make a tremendous difference across the campus. Coming up after the break, charges are pending against one of the drivers involved in a Monday morning accident. Those details are coming up right here on LMU Community TV News.
I come from a big family. I'm the oldest of 6. To me, being the first person to go to college, it's like setting a standard, you know? My little brother is 8 years old now. I challenge his curiosity. I challenge him to dream. I have to paint a picture for him that he can look up to and live up to and possibly be better than. My name is Jaquez, and I am your dividend.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Dare you. I dare you to change the world. Yeah, you. That college education.
I dare you to be somebody important.
Be a teacher or a reality TV star.
Dare you to stand up here.
To call the shots.
To be a role model.
An inspiration. An innovator.
To be a teacher.
Think you can change my life?
Make me excited about science like you.
Have a career that really means something?
Then do it.
I dare you.
Hey, look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be?
You go and step out of the vehicle for me?
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
A two-vehicle accident sent 3 people to the hospital Monday morning, according to the reports from the Tennessee Highway Patrol. The report states that just after 8 o'clock Monday morning, 33-year-old Jennifer Trebell of Tazewell was traveling westbound in a Mercury Grand Marquis on Highway 63. The report states that the vehicle crossed over into the eastbound lane of travel and in doing so struck another vehicle in the left front panel. The wreck happened just past Bobby's Cycle Works near Pierman Road and Heartland Drive. Following the accident, Trebell's vehicle came to what the report states was a final uncontrolled rest, facing northbound in the westbound emergency lane of Highway 63. The second vehicle involved was a Nissan Quest being driven by 52-year-old Lisa Crabtree of Speedwell. The Quest struck a guardrail on the southbound side of Highway 63 and also came to a final uncontrolled rest facing southbound in the eastbound lane of Highway 63. Both Trebell and Crabtree were injured in the accident and flown to the University of Tennessee Medical Center. Charges are currently pending against Trebell and her passenger, who was also injured in the wreck. No charges are pending against Crabtree, who did not have a passenger inside her vehicle. Several officials responded to the scene, but the Tennessee Highway Patrol is in charge of the investigation. 8 people, including a Knoxville police officer, have been indicted on a variety of drug charges. Officer Joshua Hurst resigned from his post Wednesday afternoon. Knoxville Police Chief David Roush contacted Knox County District Attorney General Charles Allen and TBI Director Mark Gwynn in February about one of his officers that he suspected was involved in criminal activity. Since then, TBI's Drug Investigation Division learned that several people, including the police officer, were involved in distributing drugs, including oxycodone and oxymorphone. TBI says some of the transactions happened in a drug-free school zone, and most of them were in Knox County. Some of them, though, were in other parts of East Tennessee and also Middle Tennessee. 38-year-old Hurst is charged with several counts of drug trafficking and also conspiracy to deliver in a drug-free zone. Hurst is a 13-year veteran of the Knoxville Police Department and was awarded Officer of the Month in August of 2007 by then-current Mayor Bill Haslam. Also in custody are Milburn Breeden Jr., Aaron Keenan, Pamela Moretta, Trevor Loy, and Paul Gilbertson. The eighth suspect has not yet been taken into custody. Authorities in Claiborne County are asking the public's help in tracking suspected arsonists who have continued to cause damage around the county. Arson is a senseless act that creates dangerous situations not only for the responders, but also the citizens. The fires that are currently being investigated are as follows. The Cumberland fire that was 50 acres with 1 acre being reset across the road, Rose's Creek fire that was 600 acres, the Rock Creek Clarefield fire that was 40 acres, and the Buffalo fire that burnt 60 acres. It causes more than just the fire danger, it causes the possibility of existing problems of the first responders with injuries, health-related issues from the smoke and dust to the general public, and if not contained quickly, can result in property damage to structures and crops. State and local law enforcement will be investigating these fires. The individual, when captured, will have a long prison sentence with multiple charges. Anyone with any information that could lead to these suspects can call the arson hotline at 1-800-762-2017. This phone line is dedicated to receiving information about suspicious fires, or you can contact your local law enforcement or 911. A furry face is the perfect addition for any family, and each week we bring you the adoptable pups from the Claiborne Animal Shelter. These furry faces are available for adoption at the shelter, so let's show off this week's Pet of the Week in hopes of finding its forever home and family. And following your Pet of the Week, stay with us. Adam Haley has your sports update, followed by entertainment with Joseph Lewis. Everyone, we are back with the Pet of the Week, and I'm here with Liza from the Claiborne Animal Shelter, and today she has brought with her Avery. So tell us about Avery.
Well, Avery, as far as we can tell, is a beagle mix.
Of course.
And she is about 2 years old. And she's a stray.
Aww.
And she, as you can tell by looking at her belly, she had some puppies not too long ago.
She's been a mama.
Yeah. But she won't be ever again, will you?
Say no.
And so, she was, as I said, she was brought in as a stray.
Okay.
This sweet, sweet, sweet little girl. As you can tell, she's very lovable.
She is.
She
I'm
loves
loving
to be
this right
loved,
now.
And she gives you kisses.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
And she has doggy breath.
Yes, yes.
So she's a...
Which I'm very used to, so.
Yeah, she's a very, very sweet little girl.
Okay, so tell us what kind of family she would be appropriate for.
I think she would be appropriate for basically not real young kids.
Okay.
I don't recommend dogs around real young kids, period. But, you know, an active family, she would definitely have to have a fenced yard.
Right.
That beagle part of her will get her out wandering around, and off she'll go.
I'm loving her tail.
Very lovable.
Yes.
And sweet, and she would have to be, of course, an in-house dog, right? And with somebody that likes to get kisses.
Yes, because we love kisses, don't we?
Yes.
All right, so tell everybody if they would be interested in making Avery a part of their family, what they would do.
They would go to ClaiborneAnimalShelter.com and fill out an online adoption application.
Okay.
Very important to include your veterinary information, any past pet history, and we will check. We want to make sure every other pet in the family is spayed or neutered, and also that other pets have been kept up to date on their shots.
Right.
The adoption committee reviews the applications, and once they're approved, the adoption fee is $150, and she'll be spayed and microchipped, and she's already up to date on her shots and deworming.
Good girl.
She'll go home.
Good girl. All right, so just tell us a little bit more about the mix, just so everybody knows about how beagles react to certain situations.
Beagles are animals that follow their nose.
Right.
And so when a beagle gets on a scent, they can just, yes, and they'll just go wandering off and not pay any attention where they went. And so then you don't have the beagle anymore.
Right.
They tend to have sort of a howly bark, but she looks like there's something else very strong in her mix besides beagle. So I would say that whatever the other breed is why she's so laid back.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, well, here we go, folks.
Yeah.
She is chillaxing.
Yeah.
All right. So
this is the kind of family she needs. Somebody that's going to give her tummy rubs.
Yeah. She's just kind of taking, taking to us both.
Yeah.
Watch the tail. Oh, look at my shirt. Okay. So if somebody wants to come to the shelter and visit her, can they do that?
Oh, sure.
Sure.
We're open Monday through Friday from 10 until 4.
There you go.
And
10 until
Saturday
4.
from 10 until 2.
And you can go play with her. You can take her for a walk, visit with her.
Give her a tummy rub.
Now, another thing that I meant to ask, what about families that already have pets?
It's a really good idea to bring the dogs in to meet and make sure they're going to get along.
Okay.
And we've got a big run outside, so they could actually go out and play and see how they do. But it's a very good, we recommend it to bring the other pet in to
And
meet
that's
them.
okay?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, if you want to make Avery a part of your family, you can go meet her at the Claiborne Animal Shelter, or you can check her out online, fill out an adoptable application, and make her a part of your fur family today, because I promise she's got a lot of it.
The LMU men's golf team wrapped up the South Atlantic Conference Championship on Tuesday with a final round 286 to rally from a 2-stroke deficit to win by 3 strokes over Carson Newman. The championship is the 3rd SAC title in program history and their first since 2013. Coker's Will Bundy took top individual honors, finishing the 3-day tournament 1 stroke over par. LMU's Connor Froning led LMU with a 10th place finish. Froning finished the 3-day tournament 5 strokes over par and was named to the all-tournament 2nd team. The Rail Splitters will now move on to the NCAA South-Southeast Super Regional on May 2nd at the Mission Inn Resort and Golf Club in Orlando, Florida. The LMU softball team was in action on Wednesday in Mars Hill, North Carolina when they traveled to take on the Lions of Mars Hill University. Game 1 of the doubleheader started out as a pitcher's duel between Samantha Smith and Shelby Kohler. The Lady Rail Splitters got on the board in the 4th inning when Jennifer Moose started the inning with a single and would eventually score after Meredith Johnson grounded out later in the inning. The Lions would strand 5 base runners in the game, and LMU won 1-0. Smith picked up the win, going 7 innings, allowing 6 hits and striking out 3. The win was also the 100th for Coach Natalie Layden in her career. Game 2 of the doubleheader was also a pitching duel as Smith went again for LMU, while Mars Hill put Lacey Hunsucker in the circle. Jennifer Moose and Allie Jones hit back-to-back solo home runs in the 3rd to put LMU in the lead. Meredith Johnson would add an RBI single in the 5th, and Moose hit a 2-run home run in the 6th to propel LMU to the 5-0 win. Smith picked up her 10th win of the season, going 7 innings again, allowing 6 hits while striking out 4. The win was number 900 for LMU softball in program history. Now at 9-11 in conference play, the Lady Rail Splitters are tied with Anderson, Newberry, and Queens for 5th in the standings. The Lady Rail Splitters will finish off the regular season this weekend with a doubleheader with Newberry at home. The LMU baseball team was in non-conference action on Wednesday when they traveled to Wise, Virginia for a 9-inning game with UVA Wise. Gene Rodriguez got the day started with an RBI double, and then he later scored on a fielder's choice to give LMU the quick 2-0 lead. The Cavaliers scored 4 unearned runs in the bottom of the 1st to take back the lead and set the tone for the day. Both teams would trade runs back and forth, and after 3 full innings of play, LMU led 10-6. The Cavaliers would add 2 runs to make it 10-8 after 6 innings, but LMU would rule this day as they added 5 runs in the 7th and 3 more in the 8th to win 18-8. LMU ended the day with 8 doubles as a team and 1 Russell Clark home run. Cody Henson picked up his first win of the season, pitching only 1 inning in relief, allowing 2 hits and 1 run while striking out 2. The Rail Splitters will finish off their season this weekend when they host Brevard for a 3-game series. They'll play 2 on Saturday and celebrate Senior Day on Sunday. Also coming up this weekend will be the season finale for beach volleyball when they'll travel to Owings Mills, Maryland for the Stevenson tournament, where they will face Morgan State, host Stevenson, and Carson Newman. The men's and women's lacrosse teams will be at home to finish off their regular season with a visit from Coker College. The men will get the day started at 1 p.m. with the women to follow at 4 p.m. Those games will take place at the LMU Soccer Complex. Now that's all for sports this weekend. However, here comes Joseph Lewis to let you know what's coming to the big screen this weekend.
I'm Joseph Lewis, bringing you all the latest information in the world of movies. Coming to theaters this weekend is The Huntsman Winter's War, a prequel to 2012's Snow White and the Huntsman, detailing the long-brewing conflict between Charlize Theron's evil queen Ravenna and her sister, the Ice Queen Freya, played by Emily Blunt. Chris Hemsworth reprises his role as Eric, the huntsman tapped by Freya to fight for her, alongside the luminous Jessica Chastain as warrior woman Sarah. Visual effects artist Cedric Nicholas Troyan makes his feature-length directing debut, and the supporting cast features Shaun of the Dead's Nick Frost and The Hunger Games' Sam Claflin. Also new to theaters this week in limited release is Elvis and Nixon, a historical drama with a comedic edge centered around the meeting of rock legend Elvis Presley with President Richard Nixon at the White House on December 21st, 1970. Kevin Spacey fills the spotlight as Nixon alongside Midnight Special's Michael Shannon as Elvis, and joining them on screen are Alex Pettyfer, Colin Hanks, Evan Peters, musician Sky Ferreira, and playwright Tracy Letts. Experimental filmmaker Liza Johnson directs the film. Lastly for this week, also in limited release, is A Hologram for the King, a low-key comedy in which Tom Hanks stars as an American businessman traveling to Saudi Arabia for the first time in the hopes of securing a contract with a wealthy monarch. Tom Tykwer, previously responsible for the high-octane German action thriller Run Lola Run, as well as having a hand in the Wachowski sisters' Cloud Atlas and Sense8, takes the lead behind the camera. Ben Whishaw and Tom Skerritt co-star. The Huntsman Winter's War can be seen in theaters nationwide starting this Friday, April 22nd, while Elvis and Nixon and A Hologram for the King will be available in select cities. And as always, be sure to check your local listings for special Thursday night screenings in the area. That's all for today in the world of movies. I'm Joseph Lewis.
You think getting dumped by text is harsh? Try getting dumped by a tennis ball. My ex-owner drove me out to the woods, yelled fetch, and by the time I brought the ball back, he was gone. Yeah, I was pissed. But the folks at the shelter helped me let go of my anger. I learned coping skills, like taking it to the hole. Boom! Now I'm ready to fetch again. But how about I throw and you run and get it?
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
College. It can seem a million miles away. But what if you could get help with your tuition expenses? Get help filling out all those applications and finding a major that fits. All of a sudden, the impossible becomes possible. Visit collegefortn.org today. College. You can get there from here.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. This is unacceptable, and something Feeding America is working to solve. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States, including yours. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
And that is going to do it for your LMU Community TV News Weekend Edition.
I'm Adam Haley. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again on Monday.
For everyone here at LMU Community TV, I'm Ashley Collingsworth. Have a great weekend.
I never felt all that special.